D step out, and guess what happened? There was no more beeping. Kion oxygen level did not drop. He passed his car seat test. When that timer went off for that 90 minutes, man, I was so happy. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. We're about to get out of this hospital, yo. Yes, yes. So a nurses come in. It's like, congratulations. I called D. I was just like, hey, he passed. He's like, he did. I'm like, yeah. So he come back in. They take him out of the car seat, and D was like, can I hold him? And the nurse handed Kion to D, and D sat on the chair and was just holding him. And I was just looking like, maybe. Because in that moment, I wasn't seeing like the monster that be putting his hands on me. I wasn't seeing that big grizzly goddamn bear. I was seeing a father being gentle with his child in that moment. It was like that gentle side. I don't see that gentle side. So that was foreign to me, but it was refreshing as well, because I'm just like, well, maybe, like, all right, maybe this is a good thing. Like, we're leaving and they're going to bond and he's going to be better. I know. The baby doesn't fix things. I know. But in that moment, just seeing him be gentle gave me a little bit of hope. It shouldn't have, but it did. So he's holding him, and then he eventually fall asleep. So and they were sleeping there, and it was just but they came in. The doctors came in about maybe like 30 minutes later. The nurse came in, and I was just like, okay, so are we about to be discharged? How is this gonna go? Like, what's gonna happen now? She's like, okay, so now we got to get you set up with a home oxygen kit. And I was just like, okay. She said, but because you're moving to Maryland, and she said, you're traveling today? I said, yeah, we were getting on the road today. She's like, I wouldn't suggest you traveling today. I was like, we getting on the road today. And at this time, D done popped his head up. He was like, no, we leaving. We leaving today. As soon as y'all discharge him, we're leaving. And she was just like, okay, so we're going to have to get you a travel oxygen tank. So we're going to have to work with your insurance and find somebody that can do a travel oxygen tank, because you're moving to Maryland, that's going to be able to be without that travel oxygen tank. Because, again, we don't know if the Georgia Medicaid will pay for it for Maryland, or if you have to switch to Maryland to cover this travel. So we don't know. We don't even know if they're going to get the equipment back. So we're going to have to find an agency that'll do it. So we're sitting there, and D was just like, see, I told you they're trying to keep you. I told you they just want to keep him. You saw what the doctor said earlier. He said that he was just such a miracle. He telling his interns about him. They trying to experiment on him. They just want to keep him. I'm like, D, they don't want to fucking keep him. I'm like, they don't want to keep him. Like, he's like, you ain't got to cuss at me. Don't cuss at me, Slim. I was like, my bad. That slipped. Because, I mean, it did. It slipped. It's like, it just irritated my nerve for him to just shut up. Just, Well, just like, my bad. That it slipped. He's like, my bad. My bad? I was like, yeah, my bad. It was like, my bad ain't an apology, Slim. I'm sorry is an apology, not my bad. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It slipped. And then the nurse came in, and she gave me the paperwork to fill out for the travel oxygen tank. And I gave her the forms back, and she was like, she gonna be back. So we sitting there waiting. An hour go by, then an hour and a half go by. D getting antsy. He put Kion back in the crib. Now he's pacing around the rooms like, I know they're trying to keep you here. They're trying to keep you here. I told you they're trying to keep you here. I go out to the nurse's station. And I was just like, hey, there's any idea what's going on? Like, what's happening? She was like, we found somebody, but Medicaid isn't going to cover it. I was like, okay, so how much is it going to be? She was like, it's going to run you about $5,000 that they're going to bill you for. And I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. We'll make something happen. We can pay that. And she was just like, but what I can recommend is when you get to Maryland and you switch your Medicaid over, see if they would reimburse you for it. And I was like, okay, all right. So I go back in the room, let D know what they had said, and then he kind of calmed down a little bit. And the nurses came in, showed me how to use the travel oxygen tank, like how to get him set up. They gave me the supplies, and we was on the way. So we're walking out the hospital with Kion. And I was just like, oh, gotta go get our stuff from the Ronald McDonald house. D was like, well, while Kion threw his car seat test, I loaded up the stuff in the car already. So we just gotta get in the car and go. And I was just like, well, D, the directors, they said that they wanted to see the baby before we head out because they take pictures with all the families and their babies when the baby's discharged for the album. He's like, we ain't taking no damn picture. I was like, well, can I please just go say bye? He's like, what the fuck you saying bye to them for? You don't know them people. I was like, well, I was getting to know some of the families there, so can I just go say bye, please? He was like, oh. All right. We roll over to the Ronald McDonald house. He parked in the front. Like, there's a sign outside the front door that says no parking. He parked right beside that doggone side. He was like, all right, get in and come. I was like, get out and let's go. They're like, you need to get out and go. I was like, all right. He said, I'm going to sit in the car. I'm going to sit in the car. I was like, well, I'm going to take Kion so they can see Kion. He's like, all right, hurry up, Slim. I was like, okay. So walked to the door, got the little travel oxygen, and so it had like wheels on it, so I was like rolling it. Open the door. I go see the director there. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Of course, they're staying at a distance because it's a fresh baby. So they're just like, oh my God, he's so handsome. Let's get a picture. I was like, okay. So the secretary goes in her office to try to find the camera or whatever not. And she's like finding the camera. And Darian's like looking at me. I'm looking at him out the door. I'm looking out the window and I'm looking into the car because it's right there at the front door. And he's just looking because you could tell like he's ready to go. He just looking. And then the lady found the camera and she was just like, all right, come on, let's go over here. Let's stand over here. And like I'm walking, stand over there to stand where she was pointing me to stand. And D get out the car. I see him get out the car. He walk in. He was like, we gotta go. I was like, okay, D, we're just taking a picture. And the secretary looked at him, and he looked at her. Was like, we gotta go. We gotta get to Maryland. We gotta go. We got some hours. And she was just like, okay, we're just gonna take a picture. I was like, D, come on, just take the picture. Come on, just take the picture. He's like, and he walked over, took the picture, and he's like, all right, we gotta go. He picked up Kion, the oxygen, and started walking out the door. And I was just like, I'm looking at Secretary. I'm like, well, thank you. I gave her a hug, and she was just like, good luck to you. I'll be praying for you guys. And I'm just like, thank you. And I walked out. I sat in the back seat with Kion. D got in the front seat, and we started driving. And he was just like, that's that bullshit that I be talking about. You so goddamn friendly with these people. We were supposed to been gone. I wasn't expecting to be leaving at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's just like, all you ever say, you sorry, my bad. Like, oh, I got shit to do. I got to work. I was like, okay, all right. So I'm sitting in the back seat just looking at Kion, just in awe. Because I'm just like, this has been a roller coaster. Like a roller coaster. And as we're driving, he just started talking about the doggone rims again, the headlights and the dogs and breeding them. And I'm just looking at Kion like in awe. I'm like, oh, your brother's finna see you. Jackson's finna see you. Jackson's gonna be so excited to see you. I'm just like, oh, he's gonna be so excited to see you. I'm just looking at him in awe. Next thing you know, did you hear me, Slim? I'm like, huh? What'd you say? He's like, see, you weren't even listening to me. You weren't even listening to me. Like, fuck me, huh? And I'm just like, oh, no, I was just trying to pay attention to Kayon's breathing, make sure, like, everything's fine. And he was just like, but did you hear what I said? I was like, oh, no, what did you say? What did you say? Because I don't want to say that I heard you, and then you asked me to say it, and I can't tell you. So what did you say? He was like, well, I was trying to tell you that, like, I was doing some thinking. And I was thinking about, like, getting jumped back into my old game.